Good morning and welcome to a very blustery day in Edinburgh. Pretty typical of Scotland in spring, I'd say. But it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've done a update vlog, life vlog, day in the life vlog on my channel, so I thought that's what I would do today. And I'm starting off here on the beach at Portobello, close to where I live. I've been given a goal of doing about 7,000 steps minimum per day. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. A bit of a new regime that I need to go through. But when you live in a place like this and you've got a beach on your doorstep which is like a couple miles long, it should in theory make it a lot easier to do things like this, right? Go out and actually get some walking miles in. But it actually has not been easy for me, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to make today's video, was to talk about the whole situation that we're going through right now, lockdown, coronavirus and all the rest of it, because it has been quite tough. Really affected my motivation, my ability and my willingness to kind of get out there and do more things, like go for a walk, even a simple thing like that. Oh wow, it's windy. I'm going to have to find shelter to talk to you guys, otherwise this is just going to be a horrible sounding mess for you. I'm not sure how much, if any, of that previous discussion you would have picked up because of the wind noise, so I've come here to a nice green algae laden wall to get a bit of chat with you. Much easier, eh? My hair is atrocious, but that is partly a symptom of the fact that we here in Scotland have not been able to get our haircuts since December 2020, which is now a good solid 3 months ago. Things have been really tough, guys. For me, I don't know about you, but for me things have been really tough. Ever since I was a little tiny kid, like literally since I was about 5 years old, since I could walk really, I've always hated being trapped inside. My mum used to tell me, you know, her worst fear was coming into winter time when the weather got really bad and I couldn't go outside and play football or go for a walk or whatever, because I used to just throw tantrums and hate it. Hate life when I can't go out. And to be honest with you, over the last year, it's been a year now since we entered lockdown the first time, that's what I've kind of felt like. You know, it's been a year of being locked inside, and I've really kind of struggled with it. And I wanted to make this vlog today to kind of talk through a couple of things with you, because I know I'm not alone in this feeling. I know there's a lot of you guys out there probably feeling the same things and might be going through a lot worse situations than me. You know, I'm not making this video to complain at all. I want to discuss what's going on, in the hope that, you know, it might help others out there who are, you know, are feeling the same things. It's been an interesting time, not in a good way necessarily, and you know, some of the ways that I've been struggling, literally, like I said, is being locked in is the main thing that I've just been absolutely hating. So that's number one, and I think the main consequence of that is my health, physical health, has suffered immensely, based on the fact that I've just not done much. I've not had the motivation to go outside and do anything, which includes, you know, even going for a walk and getting some exercise. You know, I think right now it's safe to say it is the unhealthiest physically that I've been maybe in my life, to be honest with you. As a lot of you guys will know already, if you've watched my video for a long time, if you watch my channel for a long time, you know I suffer from psoriasis. My psoriasis is basically out of control now. I've been on a waiting list to get it seen to for the last 8 months, but the hospitals are unable to deal with smaller issues like psoriasis because they are basically overwhelmed, or they have been overwhelmed, and they're focusing on the core issue right now, which is obviously the virus situation, which no complaints there, but it just, you know, it means that I've not been able to get treatment or help. Anyway, I want to take things back into my own hands. I want to take action and take back control of my situation, which is partly why I wanted to make today's video as well, to tell you how I'm going to do that. And it is, a lot of that starts with physical well-being and health, and my new regime that I'm going to start today actually. But anyway, yeah, this vlog today is basically a bit of a day in the life type of thing, a typical weekend for me and Tekka at home, who's at home at the moment. Typical weekend. I don't know, like, is this something you're going to be interested in or not? But I'm doing it anyway because I quite enjoy making videos like this. It's just my life, basically. That's what my channel's all about. It's just literally about my life. I'm not even sure if I'm going to roll the intro today because I just don't feel like it. I'm not sure if it's that type of video. Should I roll the intro?
Hey, I'm Sean, and welcome to my vlog channel. I live in Edinburgh in Scotland, and I've been sharing my home country on this channel since 2014. My wife Tekka is from Brazil, so we tend to travel back to her home country quite a lot as well, and I also like to share our worldwide travels right here in these videos. Great to see you here. Hit the subscribe button for weekly videos from me, and let's hit the road.
No, but physical health is one thing, right? Obviously it's quite bad and something that I need to address, like, immediately, right? That's one thing, but mental health is actually, I think, the big thing now that a lot of people are going to be dealing with. A lot of people are going to be struggling with. And certainly myself, that is the case. And that's really what I wanted to talk about in today's video, is the mental health aspect of lockdowns, coronavirus, and this awful year that we've all been through. Because it has been tough. Tough for a lot of people, you know. And I, like I said to you, I'm in no means, in no way in the worst situation out there compared to a lot of other people out there. Even in my own home, you know, my wife Tekka's from Brazil and she's not been able to see her family for over a year now. It's affected a lot of people in much worse ways than I have, and I've got so much sympathy for that. But all I can do if I'm making videos about my life is tell you about my experience, right? And like I said to you, I've always hated that feeling of being trapped inside. And that's not technically real because we haven't been trapped inside. You know, we have been able to go outside. Right now the rules are we're allowed to go within 5 miles of our homes. So, like, I could come down to this beach freely, go for a walk, do whatever I need to do, and it's not a problem. But that's it. You know, we're not really supposed to do much else apart from go for a daily exercise, and it's not really inspiring. Like I said, that's probably one of the reasons I've not been motivated to go out and do more things. And if you've been watching my vlogs for a long time, like I said, another thing you'll know about me is that I've always suffered anxiety throughout my life since I was like really young. Something I've always mostly been on top of in my adult life and been able to control, but it has been a challenge over the last year since the pandemic started, I would say. And I've never ever in my life really suffered depression. It's not something that's ever part of me, but you know, there has been times over the last year when I have like had a little twinge maybe of like mild depression, just based on the fact that, you know, we're locked in and I'm bored out of my mind. So I wanted to tell you a couple of ways that I have been dealing with it and trying to get through this. I'll do that when I get home because, like I said, the wind here is awful, and I want to get back and do my 7,000 steps today for my first day of this new regime that I'm on. So I'll go for a wee walk, take you home, and I want to talk about mental health. As I walk down the beach here, you know, usually something you don't really give too much of a second thought to is the fact that when you're walking on the sand you see plastic everywhere. Just like a normal thing nowadays, right? But I just watched the Seaspiracy documentary on Netflix, and if you guys haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it, which really kind of opened your eyes to, you know, why things are the way they are in terms of plastic and the problem we're facing with plastic in the ocean. Is really important. I love the ocean. It's always been a massive part of my life, so if you are interested in the ocean, the health of the ocean, check out Seaspiracy on Netflix. Very highly recommended. And the real sources of the issues, and actually the NGOs that are working in the area, who sometimes seem like, after watching the documentary, it seems like they might be misguided and definitely have a conflict of interest. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the documentary. Safe to say, if you are interested in our oceans, as I am, definitely go and check out the Seaspiracy documentary on Netflix. It's not a particularly comfortable watch, but I think it is essential watching. And it does make me wonder, is actually, are we capable of fixing our world problems that we face? Global warming and plastics in the ocean. The plastics in the ocean, the scale of the problem is so vast that I'm just not sure anymore, to be honest. When you've got half the world, or probably a lot more than half the world, in poverty, and needing to do anything to survive in terms of money and also what they eat. How do you solve those problems? Don't know. It's a big question, and I don't have the answers. Anyway, go and watch that documentary. It is eye-opening to a lot of things that we, see around us every day, especially if you walk along the beaches and oceans. See these people out there, I've got so much admiration for that. People who can swim out there in the cold water. I know how good cold water is for your body. And like I said, I've just got so much admiration for people who can go out there and swim in the water, and I really, really wish or hope that one day I can build myself up to actually do that. And maybe even here at Portobello. I might find somewhere a bit cleaner, but I can tell you that cold water and me do not go well. Like cold water showers, like it physically, agonizingly hurts me to dip my toe into cold water. Or even like if you're in the shower and the hot water suddenly turns off and you get that millisecond of cold water, it feels like somebody is stabbing me across my body. So yeah, a lot of admiration for these people who are out swimming here in Portobello, and hopefully I can build myself up to do it. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say before I get home, almost forgot that the day that this video goes live on YouTube, which is Monday the what? The last Monday in March? Can't remember what date it is, but the date that this video goes live, I want to do a member-only live stream for patrons, where I'm going to be doing a Q&A, maybe talking about some of the things I'm going to talk about in this video, plus whatever else is on our minds. Check that link below if you want to join in. We'll be doing it at 10 PM on the same night that this video goes live on my channel. So look forward to seeing some of you there. That's one of the member benefits of being on Patreon, is exclusive live streams and things like that. And it's just a really, really fun way to connect with community members. I really wanted to do a video today, a vlog, a day in the life, because the weather is frankly awful. And this is quite typical of our weather in early spring in Scotland, to be honest. A lot of the videos that I've been doing recently has all been like nice weather, nice sunsets and all the rest of it, but those are really cherry-picked days. The typical average weather in Scotland is not like that. It's more like this. Windy, cloudy, probably about to rain. Bit of a normal day, really. I absolutely cannot allow even a grain of sand to get into our apartment, otherwise I will be murdered. So, good clean outside the door before we get in. I think dishevelled is the look that I'm going for today. Anyway, I wanted to bring you back here to my studio, to my office, to my filming room, just have a wee talk and tell you about a few things that's been on my mind and what I'm doing to kind of change things. So, like I said to you, anxiety has always been a big problem for me. During the pandemic, I think it's kind of morphed into other things. And the problem with that is, for me, it has really, really impacted my positivity. And that's something I really do not want to change. I'm a positive person, I always have been, but I have been affected in a negative way during the pandemic. I have been trying to keep really, really busy, and that's what I have done over the last year, basically with work. Only with work, right? I've been really, really busy. First of all, my day job, busy day job, which I love, and I keep, powering through. And also all the other things I've got on YouTube, and I've launched a couple of courses. Links are down below, by the way. I've launched a couple of courses which I've put a lot of really, really kind of deep thought and heart and soul into, to help people through, different topics that I'm interested in, and that's been really great. So over the last year, I've just worked really hard, but in doing so and keeping busy, and that's one of the main ways that I deal with anxiety, is to keep very busy. But in doing so, I kind of think I have let down my physical side of things. Definitely. So like I've not been exercising anywhere near enough, and the negative side effects of this pandemic for me is, dealing with the stress and anxiety by working a lot, but also on the other side of things, on the negative side of things, also eating a lot. So
some people might call it like stress eating or whatever. I don't know what the way to describe it is, but over the last year, let's just say, fair to say, I've been eating really, really badly. If you add that with not exercising, it's not a good mix. Basically, I've lost all interest or all inspiration or motivation to do any cooking whatsoever. All right. Now, Tekka does cook, but we have a lot of takeaways. Right. Now, it's not all bad takeaways, but a lot of it is bad. I think McDonald's, I've been there quite a lot just because basically, and actually a few people that I know here in Edinburgh have mentioned this to me, in times during the pandemic, so few restaurants are open, and the good ones that are open that are doing like takeaway type of services are so busy that you have to wait in massive queues to get anywhere, that the default option for everyone is just McDonald's because it's the only thing open until very late, and it's got a lot of business for me, put it that way, over the last year, but that needs to stop. And I think a lot of people are in the same position as me right now. I think it's easy to say, let's not be too harsh on ourselves, but also I think it's good to recognise that probably I need to change and make some changes in my life and my lifestyle, because I think this is important. I want to come out of this pandemic, hopefully this year, hopefully this summer. I want to come out of it in decent shape and in good headspace, so that we can go forward and take on any challenges that might come on in the future, and also to take advantage of any opportunities that might come. So that is what I'm looking to do over the next 6 months. And one of the ways I'm going to do that is focus on my physical health and mental health. And like I said to you, I've not been exercising anywhere near enough, and my physical state is probably as bad as it's ever been. But luckily there is help. I'll tell you about that in a little second. First of all, the other thing that I've really struggled with over the last year is sleep. Not good, right? Since I bought one of those tracker Apple Watch thingies, right, I've actually been able to see how much I sleep at night, and it's terrible. I sleep like on average, I sleep about 5.5 hours a night. That is not good. Like, if you do that long term, there'll be a point where you crash and burn, and I think, I've probably come quite close to that. So yeah, I've been sleeping 5.5 hours at night. Not good. And I think the problem for me is, I've always really had this, but especially in the last year, when things are quiet at night, when things are silent, that is when I get into my head. That is when anxiety really comes to the fore, and I struggle to switch off. So, not good at all. I need to sort that out. I need to sort my sleeping patterns out. At the same time, I want to wake up earlier. I want to wake up earlier so I can do walks and do exercising and stuff. But I also need to sleep earlier. Anyway, one of the ways I've been doing that is kind of listening to sounds and music at night. Basically, that's the only way I can sleep. I can't sleep if things are silent and dark. I just get into my head. So I like to sleep. I know there's other people out there who do that as well. They listen to all different types of apps like Calm and all the rest of it. I actually bought myself one of these headband things. It's a headband that has speakers in it, which is Bluetooth, so there's no wires connected. You just pop it on your head like that, and then off you go to sleep and listen to whatever you want to listen to. And you can even put it over your eyes if you want darkness, but I tend not to like to do that myself. I'll actually put a link to one of these down below. The reason I use that is because I get nervous that with like earphones like this, that if I listen to that and then fall asleep, I'm going to choke on them, or I'm going to like wrap it around my neck when I'm sleeping, and that scares me. So I don't like using headphones or earphones at night. That's why I bought this basically. I'll put an Amazon link down below if you're interested, if that might be something that might help you. What types of things do I listen to? I listen to a lot of nature programs like David Attenborough. Love that type of stuff. It really helps me go off to sleep. Also, in terms of like videos, one of the types of videos I've been watching a lot recently and that helps me go to sleep is anything to do with like sailing or being at sea. There's a couple of YouTubers I watch, which really, really helps me relax. And I know nothing about sailing. I don't go sailing. But some of the YouTubers I watch, I'll put the links down below. Sailing La Vagabond is one channel I watch, and those guys just like sail around the world, and that type of thing helps me go off to sleep. Also, in terms of music, there's a particular style. There's a couple of styles of music that really helps me go off to sleep, but one of them I want to talk about today, which sometimes I feature in my vlogs and my music styles sometimes, is lo-fi beats. It's not for everyone, but I really, really like Tekka, for example, hates lo-fi music. But I really, really like it. It helps me go off to sleep and relax. One of my friends, actually, a guy that I met in New York, Matthew Haynes. I met Matthew in Times Square, I think it was, when I was in New York. He's also a YouTuber. He does a lot of videos about fandoms and stuff like that. Really, really great guy. I'll put a link down to his stuff down below. But he's also a musician, and he's started to make his own lo-fi beats. So the song that I'm featuring in this video is actually his song that he's released. I'll put a link down below for that. And a new album that he's released, all lo-fi music. And I listened to this music, and honestly, within half an hour of listening to it, I'm out sleeping. So it really, really helps me. Anyway, I thought I'd share that, the types of things that I like to listen to help me relax and sleep, because I know I cannot be the only one out there who has struggled with sleep issues over the last year. It can't be just me. No way. Other people are definitely going to be going through the same things. Anyway, let's get on to fitness and health, because it's a big thing. I need to change. I need to get back into a better shape. A lot of it because of my skin. Like, my skin is so bad. Like, you can't really see it because it's all under my clothes, all right? I don't have it on my face, apart from a little bit on my head. But if I was to take up my sleeves, for example, you can see just how bad my skin is. It's really like all over my body like that. And that's one of the reasons I don't sleep as well. So my psoriasis is awful. I need to help myself by eating better. That will, it might not cure my psoriasis, but it will help it a lot by having a better diet. So I contacted, and luckily I've got a friend who knows about this type of thing, all right? My friend who lives here in Edinburgh is a personal trainer and a nutritionist. I'm not sure what the technical term is. Michael Joa, he is a personal trainer, and actually, one of the reasons I know him is he's actually a content creator as well. He runs a podcast with another friend of mine, Jason. It's called Just a Fitness Tip. I absolutely love their little jingle at the start of their podcast. Check this out. That there, let me just focus there. That's Jason there with the massive arm, and that is Mike there. Those two guys do a great podcast all about fitness, but also Michael Joa, he runs his own kind of personal training boot camp thing online. So basically, during lockdown especially, I think this is coming to big focus because a lot of people, we can't do personal training. We're not allowed to go outside and meet up with people. A lot of people mostly aren't comfortable with that as well, but also just with the guidelines of not being able to do stuff like that, right? So his program is online. It's an online program, and because of that, a lot of his clients aren't actually from Scotland. They're from all around the world. You could be training people in Asia or America or wherever in the world, which is fantastic. And I've joined up, and basically it's a program that he puts together in a bespoke way for each person. A diet plan and also a fitness plan, and I'm about to get started. I'm pretty nervous about it, guys. I'm pretty nervous about it. I haven't done any kind of fitness stuff whatsoever. So I'm going to get started with that right now, today, and go through some of the exercises that he's got. Now, obviously it's very difficult to exercise when you live in an apartment, right? Which a lot of people do. And we can't go outside and exercise, really. Well, you can go out and exercise now, that's not true, but you might not have the space or the means to go outside and exercise that much. So a lot of the exercises that he has developed are, based on what you can do indoors. And so I bought myself, I'll show you a second, let me just get this out. A lot of it is based on these kind of rubber stretchy band things, which apparently you can put on your doors and use as an anchor point and do all kinds of stretchy stuff. I've not done any kind of fitness training like that in a very, very long time. So I'm going to get started today, right now, with some of the exercises and try them out. A little bit apprehensive, to be honest, but this has been needing to be done for a while. Anyway, I'll put the link down to Mike Joa's stuff down below if you want to check out. If you want to get fit and join his program, he comes highly recommended. And like I said, it's not just a fitness program, it's a fitness program plus nutrition. Both things I need to sort out ASAP. So let's get going. Now this thing here is apparently an anchor for the door, which goes through the door so that I can attach these stretchy band things to it and use the door as an anchor point. Let's see how that works. I don't think I've used these muscles that I'm using right now for probably years. I guess that's the point. Wow, that was pretty tough. A lot harder than I thought. Very basic exercises to start with, but it was tough, which means I'm very unfit and I need to keep doing this, basically. The worst, I think, was the plank. Planking is hard. Wow. Anyway, I'm a sweaty mess. I need to go get a shower. But my other task I want to fix today, and this will kind of show you in a very illustrative way where my headspace is at the moment, right? I've got the thing you see in the background here behind me is all neat and tidy. That's the background of all my videos. But if I look at this way, this is where I keep all my camera stuff here. All my equipment, and it is in a state of disarray. So I need to sort that out pronto, I think. And in fact, an even better illustration of where things are at right now, if I climb under my standing table here and look up at the cables behind me. Wow. That really bothers me. All those cables all tangled up in a mess. So I might get on trying to sort that out at some point as well. But anyway, baby steps. First day of exercising on Mike's program. And I will keep going with the exercising that he's set me and the consultations I've got with him. And I also need to start thinking about diet as well, which is of course half the battle. Alright, so one of the best things for my skin that I can do right now, one of the best kind of natural ways that I can make it feel better is to get a really hot bath and fill it with as much salt as possible. Although, as you can see, I've put too much water in and it's right on the lip, just about to come over the edge. Anyway, I wanted to end today's video by showing you something that was pretty cool that happened here in Edinburgh the other night. There's no adventuring to be had today because the weather is turned atrocious. There's a really bad storm outside. But the other night, I was out at Portobello Beach cycling and I saw this laser beam shooting out from Edinburgh right over the ocean. I was thinking there was some kind of conspiracy shenanigans going on. Anyway, we jumped in the car and headed up into town. And we found the source of the light. And it was pretty cool, so I thought I would show you that section of the video here as we sign out for the night. Check this out.